Okay. Hi, everyone. It is March 9th, 2021. And of course, we've just had a really springy day. So maybe hopefully everybody is feeling some of the effects of the springiness and the freshness and warmth of today and the light because it was pretty sunny for most of the day. So just to orient ourselves in time a little bit, most of us are doing this right now, but some, listen to this later, and I just always want to acknowledge them and orient them to where we are. And so tonight is in our series now. Tonight is the second night in a row of working on negative beliefs. And we were just going over how when there's a positive belief we really want to embrace, then I want to say one of the most important things to do to embrace that positive belief is to be able to reverse whatever negative beliefs are sabotaging us being able to embrace it. I mentioned a master belief, like these big beliefs that can really orient ourselves and impact in the world and impact us in everything that we're doing. So you might think of those yourself, like what are some of the most powerful beliefs? Like I belong here, right? I'm a light being to get, pretty esoteric. Some people say I'm a child of God. I am always loved and protected, no matter what. Right? That's definitely a master belief. So anyway, just to share that, but I ask each of you to, first of all, I just realized, let's slow down and come into ourselves first, right? So let's begin with some breathing before we go to the negative beliefs or the belief reversal work. And start with a couple of nice deep waterfall breaths. And as you're doing this, perhaps begin to welcome yourself home. Like, oh, hi, you're back. I'm back. Maybe it's kind of nice to be back, to suddenly let the external world fall away and to come back inside to the warmth and the softness and gentleness, this quiet inside. And of course, sometimes we need to help ourselves to come into more quiet. Perhaps we always need to help ourselves to come into more quiet. But you might feel this almost as the door opening to that inner sanctuary, which is a phrase I've used for the inside of us for a very long time. And as you're doing the waterfall breath, you might add that pushing it out, like the straw breath, to push out all the carbon dioxide and to feel yourself kind of waking up and energizing too. And then as you release that breath, see if you can feel yourself, your muscles relaxing, and the desire inside to just roll the shoulders around and the neck around and drop your jaw. Perhaps you're sitting Most of you, I think, are sitting on chairs, feeling your feet on the floor beneath you. And with your inner sight and your energy, moving your energy down from wherever it is, wherever the bottoms of your feet are, to the earth below. I don't know how far you have to go to get to the earth below, but feel your energy doing that. You feel yourself, or even just think of yourself if you can't yet feel it, opening up to the energy of the earth, that living energy of the earth coming up through your feet. And just for a moment, also acknowledging, giving a nod almost to the living energies of the elements, the fire and water, earth and air. Some people include wood and metal. These are all living energies. The mineral energy, which I think is what metal is about. And they all intermingle and interweave into a synergistic whole that, along with the sacred geometric patterns and vibrations from beyond, give rise to physical reality here. Perhaps feeling a little more centered inside yourself, a little more grounded and quiet right now. Let's once again sort of gather up whatever those energies are that are within and around, that have to do with just the the things of your life, maybe the emotions that you've felt this past week that are still kind of pulling at you or poking at you. Any sort of physical tension? Are there any ways that through this week, let's call them the stresses of the week, have interacted with you in such a way that you've kind of tightened up inside? You're in maybe a little more of a protective mode or an activated mode, right? Or perhaps an over-energized mode. In your body, your electrical system is more on rather than off and resting. So whatever those things are that are contributing to us not being able to easily move into a resting phase, whatever they've been through the week, whatever things perhaps that have come up knowing that we were doing the session tonight. And of course, anything that perhaps you heard on the news, from others, any concerns, worries, stresses, upsets. Maybe ways that you haven't felt well too, and those causing concerns. So rather than to identify each one of them, we're just gathering up, like we're gathering up flowers in a basket. And we're kind of bringing them into our awareness, perhaps holding them metaphorically or energetically in front of us, setting them down perhaps in front of us. And let's do some tapping. So even though some of the experiences of the week have disrupted my inner peace and balance, and perhaps are still activated, so that it is maybe a little challenging for me to feel peaceful. I am going to feel peaceful now. I am going to do whatever it takes to help myself come back into harmony within myself. First, at a level, a more surface level about the week and where I am in my life and what's happening. And then at deeper levels, progressively deeper levels of old issues or patterns or traumas that might still be negatively impacting me. I choose to open myself to be present with what is out of balance inside, with what is upsetting, with what hurts, with what makes me feel really uncomfortable, perhaps, so that I can, with love and intention, bring healing to myself inside. May I bring deep healing to some of these oldest patterns and beliefs, that I might free myself for more happiness and harmony and joy and love and peace and courage and resilience and power. Nice deep breath here. Drop it out. Top of your head. So all these threads of upset, eyebrows, from all these levels, feeling them in my mind, on the sides, feeling them in my gut, underneath your eyes, feeling them in my stomach, above and below your lips, feeling them in the core of me, right in the center of me. Collarbones, feeling them in my heart. Deep breath. On the sides. Feeling them in my, I don't know, I guess feeling them in my gut again, my stomach and my gut. Feeling them in my throat, wrist. Feeling them all throughout the whole of me. All this upset, maybe this disappointment and discouragement, perhaps ways I've gotten upset with myself this week and have not been loving or kind. forgiving of myself. Top of your head, perhaps ways that I've reacted instead of being able to be reflective, that I reacted from fear or anger because my nervous system got triggered. Eyebrows. Letting go of whatever sadness and sorrow that has been activated in any way, at any level that I'm now accessing. On the sides, releasing any fury, any rage, any feeling of powerlessness and feeling trapped or stuck. Breathing out, letting it go. Underneath, releasing any kind of fear or worry or dread, perhaps panic or anxiety that's gotten triggered. Above your lips, releasing, above and below your lips, releasing embarrassment and insecurity. That awful, awful and destabilizing feeling of insecurity and shame. They undermine us so much. It is so loving to release every little bit of them. Collarbones. Releasing disappointment, discouragement, perhaps even despair. I'll never stop doing this. I'll never get out of this. I'll never feel better. I'll never feel enough, or I'll never feel good and happy by myself, or I'll never feel free, whatever, that's despair. I'll never, or another, so that's, I just realized another one. So as we move to the ribs now, and here letting go of guilt, right? And I always say guilt and blame and judgment, like all that poisonous kind of stuff that we either take on and feeling badly about ourselves, or we feel badly about other people, and they're poisonous both. But there's another one that I want to add, which I think really belongs here, and that's disgust. Now, maybe nobody's feeling disgust this week, but disgust is something that is a very visceral kind of feeling. And when we are upset with ourselves, or sometimes really upset with others, we can feel that. We can feel disappointment, right? Disappointment in ourselves or others probably kind of belongs here, I think, with that disgust. And that's a new one, just in case it rings for anyone. And then the wrist, letting go of anger, all the ways that I'm angry at myself, all the ways that I resent, or I'm so frustrated and aggravated with myself, right? All the ways I just am not tolerant of myself, right? All the ways that I need to love myself instead of what I've been doing. So releasing all of that, everything that I possibly can that's related to everything that is being activated right now inside of me. And then up to your collarbones. Nice, loving tapping back and forth at this high heart center. Nice, deep waterfall breaths. Feeling yourself being tender with yourself. feeling your hands containing the sense of yourself, your membranes, right? So that helping you to not feel vulnerable, right? Or unsafe, but to feel contained and safe and comfortable. And you're doing this, you can feel this. And then the warmth from your palms is warming and softening, helping your whole heart center to relax. Let's be here inside and with ourselves for a few moments, seeing what's happening, perhaps feeling energies, emotions, charges continuing to release, but let's just feel, be with. And just notice how this feels. Notice how you are now. See if you can feel the effects of this in your muscles, in your joints, in your face, and your heart, in your gut, down your legs and in your arms. And even in your brain, can you feel the nervous system in your brain calming and quieting? And feel the release as if it's a shedding, it's a shaking off of the disharmonious energies. It's maybe um, bringing in healing energy so to create more harmony in these situations and to change our relationship, change the way we relate in our life, how we relate to those people and those situations in our life. Bringing more wholeness within and more wholeness within our relationships and our capacity to be present and loving and clear. Okay. And now let's move to the negative belief, the reverse belief or the limiting belief, blocking belief. And I think I probably said enough earlier on that everybody has an idea of where they're going to start. So I invite you to now, from this place of peace inside, like we're not going to disturb this peace. A part of us will sort of hang out in the meadow or the lovely woods of this peace or wherever this peace is for you. And the rest of you that is really wanting to release more of this blocking belief will now begin to open up to the feelings. What is it that you really feel inside right now? about this blocking belief? How is this blocking belief affecting you now? What's coming up for you? How have you felt it activated in your life this week? And can you perhaps let yourself open up to the pain of it a little bit more than you usually let yourself open up to? Can you feel safe enough to feel more of how you really feel about it inside the defensiveness of your walls? And then rate how upsetting it is from 0 to 10. And then check in with yourself to see how true it feels now from 1 to 7. These are related, but they're not the same thing, which is why I have you rate each one of those. And so now let's begin. So, heart center, high heart center, even. So I'm going to start with the first one as if it's reversed with everybody. You all know this now. So even though I don't want to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I don't want to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I do not want to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Deep breath. So I just had a yawning breath. Some people call it a parasympathetic breath. So I think somebody's moved into a more parasympathetic state. At least somebody, including me. All right, I want to let go of this belief that. Okay, see what that feels like when you say it that time. Can you feel the truth of it? Does it feel strong when you say it? Okay, next one. Even though it's not possible for me to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. And then all together, even though it is not possible for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel better now. Even though it is not possible for me to let go of this belief, I love myself and I am going to feel better now anyway. Deep breath. It is possible for me to let go of this belief that okay, feel that one. Next one, even though I won't let go of this belief that I'm going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I won't let go of this belief that I'm going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I won't let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. All right. I will let go of this belief that, okay, feel how that feels. Next one. Even though I won't do everything necessary to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I won't do everything necessary to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I won't do everything necessary to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Deep breath. I will do everything necessary to let go of this belief that. Okay, good. Next one. Even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I don't give myself permission to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Deep breath. I give myself permission to let go of this belief that good. All right, the next one's the one about fear. So even though even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief that I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though it is not safe for me to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better no matter what. Deep breath out. It is safe for me to let go of this belief that. Okay. All right, next one. Even though it's not good for me to let go of this belief that. I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though it is not safe even though it is not good for me to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now. Even though it is not good for me to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now. Breathe it out. It is good for me to let go of this belief that, see what that feels like. All right, next one. Even though I don't deserve to let go of this belief that, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I do not deserve to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I do not deserve to let go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Drop it out. I do deserve to let go of this belief that, and feel that. And you feel conviction inside of you growing. I hope so. All right, next one. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief that, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better no matter what. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I am going to love myself no matter what. Even though I don't forgive myself for having this belief, I am going to love myself no matter what. So I forgive myself for having this belief. Okay, next one. Okay, I forgive my, no. Even though I can't forgive myself for letting go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now. Even though I can't forgive myself for letting go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now. Even though I cannot forgive myself for letting go of this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now. Drop it out. I forgive myself for letting go of this belief. Feel that. And then we move into the last one. Even though I can't let go of this belief because it's been woven throughout me, I love myself and I'm going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I can't let go of this belief because it has been woven throughout the whole of me, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Even though I can't let go of this belief because it has been woven throughout the whole of me, I am going to love myself and feel better anyway. Drop it out. And then tap back and forth. Do some nice deep breathing here. Roll your shoulders, your neck around, your back. And give that spine a little turn, little twisting. Just open up, loosen up here. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling now? How am I feeling now? Go to that belief, that negative belief. How does that negative belief feel to you now? And when you let yourself feel that, remember that before we started the reversal work, that I asked you to, or invited you, asked you to let yourself open up as fully to the effects of this blocking belief as you can. And I invite you to do that again, to see what you notice this time. How are you feeling inside yourself now? And what might still be there? And then feel the way the belief is woven inside of you, and begin to ease out the strands, the filaments, the threads, the cords of this belief and how it's been woven around inside. In the three-dimensional tapestry of your being, it's been woven from your head all the way down to the tips of your toes, out to your field, the edge of the field, the membrane at the edge of your field. Feel yourself piling up all that energy, all the times. Just feel all the times that you felt this throughout your life. We've all been here for a while now, right? And these beliefs that are here, have been here for much of our life because we didn't know how to be able to release them until now. And so there's so many moments in our lives in which we have tried to survive through, or perhaps even limp through the moments, being hampered by this belief and the effects of the experiences associated with it. It's like a drag, or like an anchor, kind of holding us back from moving forward. And so we all have lots of this interwoven inside, in and amongst all the beauty and the light and the love and the freedom and space and joy and all of it. So let's release, continue to release. Feel yourself lightening up. Feel yourself, the word that came to me is purifying. We are purifying ourselves of the dross, that's the word, the dross um, of the challenging experiences of life. I just thought dross is kind of like exhaust, like we're just letting it go. We've absorbed it. We want to release it so that inside our inner environment becomes healthier and more pure, right? More vibrant. Think of your inner vegetation as more lush. That's the image, I guess, because it's spring. I don't know, but that's the image that's coming to me. That's really beautiful, healthy inner environment. We are learning and experiencing with COVID that our inner terrain has a lot to do. How healthy are we? How healthy is our heart? How healthy is our digestive system? The more health we have, the more resilience and immunity we have. It's a healthier inner terrain and environment. So we might think of it as a more beautiful inner environment. How might that look to you? And breathe in more oxygen and light and negative ions that help boost serotonin. Feel your inner environment beautifying even as you sit here and breathe. And so we're activating these more healthy, purified, beautiful inner environments. And we are doing that no matter what, right now in this moment, that actually is happening all the way down to the cellular level. Certainly at the bacterial level and the cellular level, our organs, all the fluids in between all our organs and within our organs. It's like the fluid dynamics, if you will, inside our body. So let's think about that. Like, since we're talking about environments, let's think about rivers and streams and rivulets, right? That there is this life-giving water that is moving throughout the whole of our being. And it is that inner cellular fluid, the interstitial fluid is becoming purer and healthier and more vibrant. Our blood cells are releasing plaque. The stream is becoming more easily fluid, and so the blood is moving through our veins and our arteries more quickly, which is another aspect of health. And mark the memory of the goodness of this in your field, in your mind, in your cells. And so even as we are doing this, there are very likely still charges, my word, right? Energetic charges from the past, from times when these things happened that really reinforced those limiting, blocking beliefs. And so let's do some tapping to support you piling up the effects, the remains, the residue, the exhaust, the dross of these moments, as we've done this before, right? So this time, let's support this with tapping. And so what I'm going to do is just, um, just so I help you keep focused, I'm going to suggest where we move from point to point. And because we're starting with the earliest memory of an experience that is connected to this blocking belief, then you're going to touch that memory and pile the residue up. And then you're going to move to the next memory. So because of that, and because you'll each be moving at your own pace through your own memories, then I'm just not going to say anything as we tap. And if you feel like if you've gotten from the earliest memory to the most recent memory, and I'm still tapping, then go through and start to do it again. Okay. So let's start back at the sore spots, right? Rubbing up and out. We're always rubbing this stuff out. Rubbing the neural lymphatics of all the stress and strain and pain out. All right. And beginning now to allow yourself to feel that first memory. Knowing that what you're doing, and I really will stop talking, what you're doing is beginning this to walk on this trajectory, this path through your life, and you are cleansing. It's like you're doing this sweep through your life, through this theme in your life, so that you will be able to create this theme with wonderful sunshine and healthy fresh air streaming in on you from these moments forward. All right, so the top of your head is piling up. Eyebrows, sides of your eyes, underneath your eyes, above your lips, and below your lips. Collarbones, sides. Remember, a nice, deep, easy, releasing breath. Wrists, top of your head, eyebrows, sides of your eyes, underneath your eyes, above your lips, and below your lips. Collarbones, sides, wrists, let's go through it one more time. Top of your head, eyebrows, sides of your eyes, underneath your eyes, above your lips, below your lips, collarbones, sides, wrists, and then back up to the high heart, tapping, holding yourself tenderly and tapping back and forth. Breathing out, letting this healing work continue to do its magic through you. And now checking in with yourself and seeing where you are with this belief now. And let yourself imagine moving forth into your life with the reversal of this belief. Feeling perhaps more than good enough for anything you could do, want, or be, or have, or feeling absolutely loved deep inside yourself, feeling more happiness about being alive, whether you're by yourself or with others. Trusting your capacity, your competence. And see how, as you move forward, you can move forward differently. And you feel taller, perhaps stronger, more resilient. See what else you notice about how you feel as you move forward. And if some other things come up, some ways maybe you still don't feel so confident or secure in this, that's okay. We will continue to work on this and it will continue to heal. But right now, let yourself feel all the ways you feel better moving forward. And now we're going to sort of seal in the work that we've done tonight. I think this is the first time we've done this in a Tuesday group. I want to continue to introduce different kinds of things every week. So this is called the Zip Up. Some of you know it, some of you don't. But what we're doing is this is a way of kind of sealing up the closer membrane around our body so that we can hold in all the healing work and the rebalancing and the harmonizing and the grounding that you've done tonight, the way you've brought in more light, purified your inner environment. And this will hold all this in, okay, so that it retains it. Sometimes we can leak it out. And so that's what we're going to do. So the way we do this is actually on the in-breath, and I will take you through it, but you breathe in, of course, through your nose, and you're going to draw your hands up the front of your body from the first chakra. And you can touch your body if you want, or hold it with at least 2 inches. And you're just going to slide your fingers. You can see me doing this if your eyes are open, up to your mouth, and you're going to pull your hands away on the out breath. Okay. So let's exhale together. And on the in breath, let's go. So breathe in. Hold it for a second and then drop it away. Or release your breath as you drop your hands away. Again, we're going to do it 3 times. Now with one hand, bring your hand up, your thumb and your index fingers, if you're holding a key in between them. And you're going to put that key in between your lips on the side, one side of your mouth. And then you're going to twist that key like you're locking the lock on a door. And then you pull the key out. Bring your hand down. And you have locked, you've sealed all this healing work you've done in tonight. And with that, I wish you a beautiful, lovely, more energized, empowered, resilient, loving all good things week. And I will see you next week. All right. Take care.